So that is as basic as it can get as far as you come in here, you turn the soundboard on, this thing lights up, and you just need to get a microphone working, right? So you get your channel, well, no, you can stay long if you want. If that's already information overload and you need to go write that down to remember or whatever, then that's fine. I'm just saying, once you get to the point where I'm just start babbling and like I'm not making any sense, then that's fine, just go. So yeah, that's basic mixing right there.
Is the soundboard normally on, and you said turn it on? I don't remember where the power is.
There's a switch right there, and that turns on the whole system. Is that right, Dan?
Right.
Okay. That sequences on the whole system.
So there's no power button on that?
Yes. If you turn on the switch and the power board doesn't come on, that means someone turned off the power on the board, which is right.
Isn't
which is
normally
where
on all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, normally it's just that
I don't
switch.
even know where the switch is. It's
Okay.
back here somewhere.
Yep.
There's the power switch.
Also on this, would this one be considered another kink in the hose with the gain?
Yeah, but no one knows. I don't think anyone here knows how to do compression, and so I'm pretty sure every channel has it turned off, which it does. Yeah.
Okay.
And so if it's not even turned on, then it's not going to affect anything at all.
Okay.
But you're right. And you can see there's gain on the equalizer as well, which are technically kinks in the hose as well. But if you're not, I'm just giving you the basics to at least get sound coming out of it. Yeah.
Another thing I use occasionally is the input button, because that kind of tells me what everybody's doing.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So what Ron mentioned here is there's a button right here that says input, and if you press that, let's get some sound going here. If you press that, now, so you know how I told you before, if you press select, the whole blue section resets just for that channel? And that's true. Now this is but if I press input, all of these meters now become meters for the channel that they're on, right? So now this is showing that, all right, channel 1 has sound coming out of it, as well as channel 23, right? But if I press select back over here, you can see those meters turn off, and I'm back to editing settings for channel 1. But Ron's right. That's a good point. If you press input here, you can tell if there's sound coming into the channel by this meter right here. So that's a good place.
And then it overrides the blue select button.
Right. It takes over the blue select button while this is going on right here. But as soon as you press the blue select button, you can see it turns off.
And that turns off, yeah.
Right. Now, that meter right there, you see how it's bouncing up and down right now? When I press select over here, there's another meter up here, and you can see how that's bouncing up and down right too. You see how this says selected channel at the top? This is a meter just for that channel because you have it selected, right?
So you can see what
compression
adjustment you make.
Right, so even if you just have one channel selected, you can see whether or not you've got signal coming in because with this meter up here, right? Now, your main, you can tell whether or not you have sound. Do you have a question?
Is each channel a microphone?
Not necessarily. So,
Most of them are.
like, some would be like keyboards, which aren't microphones, they're direct sound inputs. Like a CD player would not be a microphone, it'd be a direct input, as well as like hooking up a computer.
Okay, so it's an input.
Right. So let's just go over this little section up here real quick. This is another good thing to go over. So if I press select on one channel, you can see it says select a channel, and we've got the level, the volume coming in. All right, now these over here, you see how it says sub 1, 2, 3, 4, and main? Those are the meters for these output sections right here, right? So as you can see, there's nothing in the main right now, but there is something in the channel. So that's saying, all right, sound has made it to the channel, but it is not making it out. And so we bring the fader up, and you can see now, because we unkinked this hose, now sound is making it to the main shows meters, and it starts going. If we take that off,
That's the kick drum.
right, that's the kick drum, right? There's a vocal person over here. So we turn this off, and though even though we have it selected, we can see sounds coming in. Nothing in the main. Then we bring up the main, right? So that's the meters up here. So I'm glad you brought that up, Ron. Meters are important.
Sometimes, Alex, a red light comes on the top. What does that indicate?
Right. Now where does that light illuminate? I'm trying to remember for the clipping. Well, let's see. Wow, I think I can clip it with that. Ron, do you know where the clip light turns on? Is it?
No.
Oh, I think it would be up here in the
It just
meters.
shows up there when it
Yep,
gets too hot.
it does. Right. So.
But sometimes, like,
Mhm.
like it comes down from there.
Yeah, gain reduction. So we'll go over that in a second. I'll tell you what that red coming down means. That's something different.
Hey, before you just
Uh-huh.
keep going, can you just talk about the mute button? Because some people might not know where the mute button is, and
Sure.
that might be the problem. It's just a simple thing.
Yeah, you bet.
It's another kink.
So there are 3 buttons here for each channel. Select, solo, and mute, right? Solo is for mixing with headphones back here, so you can make adjustments to something in your ears without affecting the main mix. So you don't need to worry about that. Mute is important though. That's a good point. The mute button here just totally turns the channel off. If it's red, no sound's gonna come out. Pretty straightforward.
And we use that a lot when Fred is putting his guitar in, or whoever is, or unplugging it.
Right.
If we read the signals right, Fred?
Or else we get the look.
Yep.
I'll stand up there with my guitar up in the air like this until the sound person finally sees me, and I'm going, because I have to unplug my guitar or else the battery drains it over the course of the service. So unplug it and then I'll plug it back in.
And then he
It's not
usually just goes
muted.
pop, and then he goes.
I tried.
No, he gives us the look.